Caution for the single. True friends. Be friends. All this boss attitude. And like I said, submission is not slavery. Friends. Be on the lookout for warning signals in courtship. Those who know how to be angry, they can manifest it small during courtship. Those who have very terrible behavior, if you are very prayerful, God will show you signals that this man, don't marry him now. The way he's shouting at you now, he can pull a knife if you are married. Be on the lookout. Don't say God did not warn you. Thirdly, never despise the counsel of valuable people who genuinely love you. Pastor, mother, father, especially spiritual people, not just general people. The Bible says in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Never despise the counsel of valuable people who genuinely love you. You say, are you sure of this girl? Are you sure of this man? There are one or two things we heard. Don't despise. Number 4. Don't start courtship relationship too early if you are not ready to marry within a short time. Don't start courtship relationship too early. You are in SS2. So you're looking for life partner. For what? Year 1 university. Except you want to marry that man while you are schooling, which is a possibility. Otherwise, you enter courtship 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Is it a BSc courtshipology? And it has complications. Relationships are highly emotionally demanding. If you are in the school, your mind is congested with issues of a man or a woman. And of course, very soon you are not careful, you fall into sin. Because you keep on looking at each other continuously. Before you know it, one thing you should know about the human physiology is that there is a voluntary part and an involuntary part to the relationship that happens between a man and a woman. There is a level where it is voluntary. You are the one holding hand. You are the one doing this and that. A level comes where what we call the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic and parasympathetic, takes over. That's why you see some people say, I didn't know what came on me. I didn't know what happened. All I knew, before I knew it, something has happened. You put yourself in the place where your involuntary nervous system took over. Involuntary nervous system controls the heartbeat. That's why you are not aware that your heart is beating. Controls the breathing rate. Am I communicating at all? So you have a long courtship. Every day you are looking at each other. You start with holding of hand. And then it moves. And then the bed is defiled. And then the future is denied. Number 5. Maintain the purity of the marriage bed. Caution for singles. A marriage that will have a future must have the bed undefiled. Marriage is honorable in all, the bed undefiled. Hebrews 13 and in verse 4. When people have what is called when people have premarital sex before marriage, it produces 3 harvests. First, the harvest of loss of respect, loss of dignity. Your value drops in the eyes of the man. In the eyes of the woman, it dropped. If you are a real man, why couldn't you hold yourself? Girl, you are so cheap like that. I haven't married you yet, I have had you. Am I communicating? there is a lowering. How many of you know there is difference between brand new vehicle and Tokumbo? Big difference. How many of you know that driving a car out of the dealer's shop, the car that has 0.00000 on its mileage, the driving it out by 1 meter drops its value? So it is. Say a drastic crash of dignity. That's why some people say the man used to love me. I don't know why he suddenly hates me. If this factor is part of what happened, it is part of what could have happened. You see how Ammon hated Tamar worse than how he loved her after this thing happened. Premarital sex lowers respect and dignity. Secondly, it increases mutual suspicion. When you did the illegal with the person you haven't married, there is mutual. Anytime you are coming back, you say, are you sure it's his office you are coming from? Let me see your phone. Who texted you? For one reason or the other, at the back of the mind, this man that could do this thing with you when he didn't marry you, are you sure he couldn't do it with any other person? Mutual suspicion. And thirdly, extramarital tendency. The seed of premarital sex many times will produce a harvest of extramarital issues, where somebody is in the home but is still looking outside, under pressure. Pardon me, people can be tempted. That's not what I'm referring to. But this person has a seed in his body, a harvest that was planted. So you don't want to do that. And I believe the Lord will help us in Jesus' name.